Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one, I wanted to talk about episode 9, and I wanted to talk about Negan and Leah, and just sort of how that relationship may go about, because the characters haven't really met yet. We haven't really seen Leah meet any of the characters. But I want to talk about, like where episode 8 ends, and so obviously this will contain spoilers for episode 8, so hopefully you guys are all aware of that. But Negan and Leah are very fascinating characters, and their relationship could be pretty interesting if it could go that far. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit more in here, and also just talk about where they could go with Leah and how Leah, if she does survive what happened in 8, where they can go with the character, and how characters like Maggie and Negan, and especially Elijah, like how characters like those characters can feel or interact with her going forward, because there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Leah, it seems like at this point is she's written into a corner, right? Like, how do you get out of this now? It's basically, it means her death, or she's just Daryl forces her to leave and she runs away, right? I don't think there's any of her coming back to Alexandria, because it'd be kind of crazy. So yeah, anyways, if you are new here and you want more Walking Dead content like this, then make sure to be a subscriber. The podcast will also be live later on today, so stay tuned for that. We finished recording, I'm finished editing. I just had to put this video out first, but now that this video is out and you guys are watching it, within an hour or two, the podcast will be live. And so go follow me on Twitter to find out, I guess, when I do post it, or I guess just go subscribe to us on YouTube or on Spotify, and you'll get notified and all that whenever the podcast does go live. Also, I wanted to throw this out here. I've been getting, over the last few months, I get a lot of requests to do gaming videos, but I don't really have the time to do gaming videos, because that takes a lot of editing. And it's, I don't know, gaming videos, it's kind of hard, like people always say, oh, it's so oversaturated and stuff, but it's like, I feel like everything's oversaturated, right? I mean, sure, everyone does it, but everyone also kind of doesn't. Everyone's always done it. Like in the very beginning, there were less people, but in general, everyone has just always, you know what I mean? So I find that to be kind of a ridiculous argument. But I mean, regardless, I'm still not going to be doing gaming videos, because I just don't have the time to edit all that. But what I do have the time for is for streaming. And so I'm working on a schedule right now that's actually going to work. It's not going to be like, I'm not going to be streaming every single day, although honestly I probably could, because like I spend about 3 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day playing Warzone. It's I'm really hooked playing the game right now. I don't know why I'm so hooked on playing Warzone, but we just got word, or at least it's a rumor right now, that Rick and maybe Negan, but Rick for sure, should be in Fortnite sometime this month. And so I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. My Twitch is Appetite for the Dead. The link for that should be down below, so make sure to go follow me on Twitch there. And yeah, I'm going to be playing as Rick Grimes in Fortnite. I've also never played Fortnite before. I think I might have tried the Battle Royale like once, like maybe one time, but like I don't even remember it. I used to play the old version of Fortnite before it was any sort of Battle Royale. It was just like a weird story mode where you had to like gather supplies and come back and build stuff. It was a really weird story mode. It was when it was in like very early access. So yeah, this will be really interesting. I play a lot of Warzone. I want to see how different it's going to be. And so I think that could be a lot of fun. And also it's kind of cool to have Rick in Fortnite. Like I find that to just be, I mean, I guess they did Daryl and Michonne, but like Rick is like the character, right, of The Walking Dead. Like if there's any character you want to have in your game, it's Rick Grimes, in my opinion. So I think it could be really cool. I do wonder what look they're going to go with for Rick. Are they going to go with his season 9 look, his season 8 look, season 5, or like the earlier Rick, right, in season 1? Personally, I think they should go with the season 5 look when he has the beard and stuff, but I don't know, it depends on what they want to do. Maybe they'll have different type of skins, like different seasons or versions, I guess, of Rick. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know if they'll do that. I'm just very excited for it, so definitely, like, yeah, as soon as it comes out, I'm gonna be playing that. And then I guess if the other skins are available still, I don't know if they are, but like the Daryl and Michonne one, then I'll do that. But yeah, I hope to see you guys on Twitch then. But let's get into this here. So Negan versus Leah. The scene that I'm thinking could happen between the two is sort of a confrontation between the two when obviously things start to get a bit more smaller and more character focused. Because I think when the episode first starts, like episode 9, we're going to have obviously the arrows and stuff with the watcha or watcha, whatever the hell it was called. We're going to have that go off. It has like, I don't know, 100, 200, 500 arrows. They're all going to come blasting out. I think some of the characters are going to get injured. They're going to get like an arrow through the leg, arm, or whatever. And so we'll see that play out. There's going to be some Reaper action scenes. They're going to be closing the gates. We're going to have the Reapers going down there, killing some walkers. We're going to have some really interesting battle stuff there. But if you notice, there's not really a lot of Reapers left, right? It's almost equal. It's almost like 5-on-5, I would say. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe they have like 8 Reapers left, because in total they had 20, but they've taken out quite a bit, and some people have died, so there might be like 10 or 12, but also Pope just died, right? So I would say in total it is pretty even, and not to mention Daryl might take out a couple, right? Because he's like where is he now, right? So it's going to get smaller and smaller. Eventually it's going to be revealed that those walkers are, I mean, they already know, but we're going to see them take the masks off. We're going to see Maggie and Negan. We're going to get Maggie and Leah talking. And at that point, is Daryl going to be out there? And that's the thing with the Reapers. They're more of like shoot first, ask questions later, right? So if Carver and them see Daryl, Maggie, or any of them, they're just going to shoot them. They're not going to think to like answer. They're not going to think to want to ask them any questions. And that's where I think if they do see Maggie and Negan, Daryl has to be there, because I think Leah would also just kill them too, right? And so I think that if Maggie and Negan or them are there, and then Carver and them see them, or Leah sees them, Daryl has to kind of step out and be like, please don't do this, don't whatever, you know, like you can go back from this. And then, because that's the thing too, that's going to be the interesting part about all of this, is we are going to get a scene change, right? Episode 8 focused primarily on that rooftop, or that, you know, wherever the hell they were on, that platform. It's going to be different in episode 9. I think they're probably going to be in the field a lot more. They could go into a different room. But my guess is that it's going to be in the field because of budget reasons. But I'm guessing Leah and them are going to go down to that field, and I think it's going to be a confrontation like that. I also think it's possible that maybe someone takes Leah hostage. Maybe Negan grabs Leah and holds her hostage. And so that's kind of the thing that I was thinking about. Like, how is this all going to go down? Because everyone's kind of everywhere, right? Well, that's kind of what I think could happen, is maybe Negan just like grabs Leah, holds like a knife to her throat or something like that. Carver's not going to want to kill Leah in that situation, right? Because obviously Carver, I feel like he's kind of in love with Leah a little bit. Like he seems to have a crush on her anyways, but he's not going to want to kill Negan in that scene, because that could kill Leah, and that would be really bad for him, right? And so I think that's where it could get really interesting here. And if it is getting that crazy where Negan might have to do that, how is Daryl going to feel about that, right? And that's where we get into the whole thing of like, is Leah going to die here? Because like, does she even have a way out? And so obviously she could have a way out. But for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on the fact that it's really hard for her to have a way out after the decision that they made for the character in episode 8, right? She's just full on villain now. So let's just assume they got to kill her here. Well, who's going to do it? Daryl won't, right? Daryl can't. There's just no way he's going to. Maggie could, sure. That's just a little obvious, right? And when you think of everyone else that's there, it would just kind of be underwhelming. I think Negan should be the one to do it, because it makes things a little more complex. And so that's kind of how I see it going down. I don't see Negan maybe like killing Leah if he has her like hostage or is holding her, right? I don't see him doing it then, but there is going to be an interesting dynamic here where Negan is going to probably be listening to Maggie a lot, right? And be like, okay, well, we got to eliminate this threat because I don't want to die. And Negan, he doesn't really care about Daryl and Maggie. Yeah, he's on their side, but he's also like, I don't want to die, right? And so he knows Daryl and Maggie aren't going to kill him, but he's like, these Reapers are going to. So I think he wouldn't hesitate to kill Leah, because I believe that Negan is going to play a bigger role here, because he hasn't really done much besides be the guide, right? So I think he'll play a bigger role here in this story. I think, and it's my prediction, is that he could kill Leah. I think if any of the characters are going to kill Leah, it's going to be Negan. And also I'll throw Maggie in there because that's also very obvious, but I'm trying to be bold here with my prediction. And I'll say that, you know, I think Negan is likely going to do it. And I think that it's going to be a very heartbreaking scene here. And then it's sort of one of those things that like, I don't know how it's going to play out. And I'm trying to think of it in the sense of, if you're a writer writing this scene, you know, like I'm trying to get in Angela Kang's head, or whoever wrote the episode. Like, where do you want to go with this story? And you look at the Reaper story overall, what was the point of it, right? And we talk about this a little bit in the podcast, but that's sort of where my worries are with it. If the Reaper arc was just something to do, right? So it's almost like filler. There's no like connective tissue to the Commonwealth story. Then it's sort of like overall pointless, right? And then definitely you can kind of do whatever you want because there's no point. we're going to be doing a complete 180 right away, going straight into the Commonwealth arc. Or maybe there is some connection, right? Like, I don't know who else calls them rotters, but I also mentioned this in the podcast as well. I do find it weird that the Commonwealth call walkers rotters, and the Reapers call walkers rotters as well. And obviously we know in The Walking Dead, if you call zombies a specific name, it's likely due to the group that you're with, right? And just where you're from, right? Because usually you have a certain group of people who call walkers a certain name, right? So what if the Reapers were a part of the Commonwealth before? Because they're kind of like ex-military. It makes sense, right? They're so anti-government. Maybe they're anti-Commonwealth, right? So maybe that could be the connection there. I think that could be really cool. And so in that sense, maybe keep Leah alive, right? I think that could be really smart. Although I don't know if she would be a part of that. And that's just kind of the overall thoughts I have here. Is like, where do they go? It feels like at this point they kind of wrote themselves into a corner in a sense, right? It's like they all have to die. Could they keep Carver and Leah around? Sure. Would you want to? I mean, I want them around just for the sake of, I want the Reaper story to matter in the end. But I don't know how you can do that when they're all so violent and like will kill you right away, right? Like they're shoot first, ask questions later. That's just what they're like, you know? They don't really give you a chance. They don't like to talk a lot before they kill you. They just do it. As soon as they see you, boom, you're dead. And so I'm just wondering how Leah's scene's gonna go, because I just don't see her really playing a role in the future. I honestly see her dying in episode 9, and I will be disappointed with that, to be honest. I will be disappointed because I wanted the character to play more of a role with Daryl and Connie. I really wanted that, and that may not happen, which is, you know, if we do get it, I'll be so excited. If not, that's definitely a big disappointment for me. I was really hoping to see that, but yeah, as of now, I think Leah's definitely going to be dead and gone in episode 9, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Is Negan the one to do it? In my opinion, he is the one to do it, but obviously we're gonna have to wait and see. So definitely post your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.